and Utah SHRM are pleased to present the 2021 HR Achievement Awards, recognizing the important role that human resource professionals play in the business community at large, and shining a spotlight on those that get the most out of their company's employees by making their organizations great places to work. Today's event is sponsored by Digital Bytes Production and Design, Progressive Leasing, University of Utah Health, Web, Industrial Supply, Jane, Lucid, Onset Financial, Squire & Company, Staker Parson Companies, United Way of Salt Lake, Zions Bank, and Disrupt HR. And now, please welcome your Master of Ceremonies, KUTV2 News meteorologist, Chase Thomason.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 4th Annual Utah Business and Utah SHRM HR Achievement Awards, and congratulations to all the honorees. Thank you, Utah Business, for having me and Lynette. Normally, when we have these luncheons, I like to open up with a bunch of jokes. But of course, she told me there's a bunch of HR professionals out here, so before I say anything, I'm just not going to mention any jokes. Today, we are recognizing some outstanding human resource professionals who set the standard for people management and who spearhead initiatives to make their organizations great places to work. In today's landscape, human resource leaders work to ensure their companies cross their T's and dot their I's when it comes to compliance. Successful HR leaders must be deeply knowledgeable in a whole spectrum of matters, including benefits and healthcare, HR law, technology, and more. During today's program, we are going to have the opportunity to hear from these accomplished professionals, and I'm sure we will get an idea of why they are so successful. Utah Business provides award-winning, in-depth journalism on the tech and entrepreneurial business at the forefront of our nation's economy. Their print and digital publication reaches executives across the state and provides live deep dive events on the industries shaping our future. Please welcome the publisher of Utah Business Magazine, Donnie Welch.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Utah Business, welcome and thank you all for being here today to honor an inspiring group of human resource professionals. And thank you, Chase Thomason, KUTV News meteorologist, for being here to help us celebrate these impressive honorees. I would also like to thank our partner, Utah SHRM, as well as our premier sponsors, Digital Bytes Production and Design, Progressive Leasing, University of Utah Health, and Web. I also want to recognize and thank all of our primary sponsors for your ongoing and tremendous support. I'm thrilled to join you all today to celebrate our 4th Annual HR Achievement Awards, presented in partnership with Utah SHRM. Over the years, the human resources role has taken an increasing importance within companies and organizations. For many of us, when we first started our careers, human resources was considered a clerical job, mainly responsible for payroll and other employment forms. But today's business environment is much more complex, and so too is the job of an HR professional. There's still tons of forms and paperwork, as you all know, but that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to human resources. Now, HR leaders are deeply engaged in company strategy. They're experts on compensation and benefits, and are on the front lines of recruitment and retention, something that's of extreme importance for local companies competing in a cutthroat global labor market. HR leaders focus on talent development and help create training programs. They help company managers work through the hard task of employee discipline and performance improvement. HR leaders strive to ensure their workplaces are fair, safe, and welcoming to all employees. Altogether, it adds up to one of the most vital roles within any organization. It's often one of the most underappreciated roles as well, and that's why I'm pleased to join with you all today in giving a well-deserved thank you to the human resource professionals who make their organizations operate at peak performance. On behalf of Utah Business, please accept our warmest congratulations for your many achievements. And please join me in a round of applause for our tremendous HR Achievement Award honorees. Congratulations to all of you.
Now, all jokes aside, I do love HR. About 2 weeks ago, my identity was stolen, and guess who caught it? My HR department at Channel 2, so kudos to them. However, they did call me, and they go, "Chase, do you still work here?" I go, "Yes, I think so. You're telling me something I don't know?" They're like, "Well, someone's trying to take out unemployment in your name." But yes, I still have my job. Webb is a full-service event company based in Salt Lake City. In addition to live events such as this one, Webb is now producing virtual events to help clients continue delivering their message to thousands of attendees around the world. Whether virtual or live, Webb is one of the most creative and innovative event companies in the market. Rather than say more, let's show you who they are. Glad we got the video to play. It was a great video. Thank you, Webb. Utah SHRM serves to elevate and connect the HR profession within the business community in Utah while supporting the needs of HR professionals, the community, and the leaders and volunteers of the 5 local SHRM chapters across the state. Utah SHRM and the 5 local SHRM chapters are affiliates of the Society for Human Resource Management, the world's largest HR membership community, representing 300,000 professionals in more than 165 countries. SHRM and its affiliates empower people and workplaces by advancing HR practices, maximizing human potential, and building a world of work that works for all. Elisa Garn is the Executive Director for Utah SHRM and VP of Digital Brand for GBS Benefits. As the leader for the largest HR association in Utah, Elisa and the State Council focus on elevating the HR profession by creating strong connections with the Utah business community and supporting the 5 local SHRM chapters in the state. Please give a warm welcome to Elisa Garn.
I am so happy to see so many actual faces in the crowd today through these lights that I can. And I know many of you share that same sentiment. And as I was walking around and networking before we came in here, truly, I may even get a teensy bit emotional, which I'm not a crier, but this is a big deal. So thank you, Utah Business. Thank you, Grand America, for bringing us together to be able to celebrate these amazing HR professionals and the stories that they share. A couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys today. My son, a couple of years ago when he was 7 years old, asked me what I do for work. That's a loaded question, not only when you work in HR, but when you're trying to answer that question to a 7-year-old. If any of you have kids, you've probably approached that conversation before. So as I was explaining, I work in human resources at the time, he said, so is that like an app where you order people? You guys, technology is destroying our children. But I digress. So what's interesting to me about that is over the course of my career, as I meet different people, especially on plane rides, and they're like, what do you do? And you're getting to share those stories. And I tell them I work in HR. Oh, so you're Toby from The Office. I'm so we need a new icon. I don't even care if it's a bad one. I just don't want to be called Toby anymore. But you guys all know what I'm talking about there. So when I think about the reaction that people have about human resources within their workplaces, you can tell if they've had a good experience with HR or not. Sometimes you can also tell if they've been in trouble with HR or not. But what's interesting about that, I think, is the evolution that we've seen of the progression of our career since I've been doing this for the last 15 years. When I first got started, it was still very much entrenched in reactive payroll process, timekeeping, benefits management, employment law, basically keep us from getting sued and you have a job. And what's happened over the last decade, really, is we've seen much more emphasis on the importance of the employee experience and understanding that human capital no longer means a line item on a P&L statement. But what human capital actually is the human intelligence and the human experience that is showing up inside our workplaces each and every day. Taking that into our profession and the care and concern that goes into each and every person that walks through those doors is a gift. And I hope all of you know and understand the role that you play in so many lives outside of the employees that show up each and every day to do the work to help our companies grow. Human experience and employee experience specifically are things that I talk about and advocate very openly on social media and in many of my circles, because through many of my own personal experiences, I've recognized I am a better employee when I'm fulfilled at work. And there's so many different ways that you can create those meaningful connections for people when you pay attention to the people that are showing up. Great HR is human-centric. People drive processes and procedures, not the other way around. Traditions center around experience and connection. And what I love seeing about the last few years is this emphasis on a shared sense of tribe within our cultures. Culture kind of became a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, yucky, trigger word for, I think, HR people, because we got tired of being told, we need better cultures. What does that mean? But I love the fact, again, that there is more and more to be said about what culture is and how we perform and how we act, how we treat each other, and the behaviors that we embrace and become acceptable within our workplaces. So finally, the talent that we celebrate and honor today, they're the ones that showcase the aptitude of our profession. What is capable? What is possible? We are so much more than transactional pigeons that just sit in our offices on our stools and do what's told and manage the flush of the toilet of the executive team, if I may be so bold. We do so much more, and honoring all of those that are here today means a lot to me. It means a lot to my fellow Utah SHRM colleagues here at the table, and we are so happy to celebrate and congratulate all of you. So thank you for having us. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you at many more events in the future. Thank you.
All right, now we're gonna have some fun. We're pleased to move to the recognition part of today's program, where we will recognize our HR Achievement honorees from small to large companies. The first award recipient we'll recognize this afternoon is Brandon Batt. If you would please turn your attention to the video screens.
The most rewarding thing about working in HR, honestly, is probably breaking the stereotypes. There are a lot of people that think of HR as kind of a stuffy profession. So I love every day, breaking stereotypes and breaking down walls and boundaries and having fun with it. In business, there are a lot of areas where you can be predictive and have analytics behind decisions, and you really can't have that in the human capital world. People 100% are unpredictable, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with not always being right when it comes to people, not always knowing what motivates people. I think the biggest change over the last couple of years would have to be the industry just getting more aggressive, trying to earn their place in the business world, earn their place in the executive level C-suite positions within big corporations. Yeah, just trying to be aggressive and prove the human capital worth within businesses.
Please give a warm welcome to the Director of People Operations with Savory, Brandon Batt.
So awkward. I don't know. Do we knuckles? I don't know. Right? I don't know what's allowed. Thank you, everyone that's here. Especially thank you to Savory and the team. Found out on my way walking in that they all have a bet on what I'm going to say. So knowing that, I think that Michael Scott put it best when he was talking to Toby, and he said, "I'm just kidding. I won't go there." But honestly, I'm here because of all of you that are here today, and especially the team at Savory. So thank you very much.
So I'm a trivia nerd. I love good trivia, so COVID kind of gave us some challenges there, right? Where pub trivia was no longer the right option, but we adapted, we overcame, and we entered with Zoom trivia, and that's been a ton of fun. I'm a giant foodie. Man, do I love to try every new restaurant and dive into different styles of food. I just want to always be able to say that I have a seat at the table where I get to help look at the talent, the diversity on our team, and know how to enable our organization to use it most effectively, right? I think that's the power of what HR gets to do. And so I hope that I always continue to find opportunities to speak up for what that talent can do and advocate for them, and then create great expectations so we're all helping achieve those goals. What's fun about being an HR professional in Utah, I think, is just how rapidly things are growing and changing. The faster an organization can try to be in front of things versus being reactionary proves and creates success. And there's so much effort on enabling employees to do good work, so your efforts to retain the best talent have to be so spot on. Utah's wild and how much there is and how much there is to compete with. So we're crazy if we're not trying to always be on our toes and try to stay ahead of the challenge that is, competing.
Please give a warm welcome to the Vice President of Human Resources with Onset Financial, Maddie Carter.
I brought my phone for notes in case I got super scared, which luckily the lights are like right in my eyes, so I can't see any of you, so I could go for hours. I do have to make a general claim, that I like to believe that we're Hollies, not Tobys, right, in each of our own offices, so hopefully we bring a little more fun and color and jazz to what we do. I can't imagine a year that was more important to receive an award like this. After everything that we all went through in 2020, the personal challenges that we're all individually facing, but then trying to keep it together for the organizations and the people that we love and care for. So incredibly humbled and honored to receive this, but particularly for such a cool year. And there's no question that we all get to be as good as we are with the organizations that enable us to do that. So I'm wildly lucky to work for a group that is so passionate about our people and creating a space where they can be so effective and thrive. Onset's a great home for someone that wants to really do good HR work. But yeah, thank you so much, appreciate it.
like the people that I work with. I like the work that we're doing and what we're trying to achieve within the community. Being able to work with a team of people who are passionate, incredibly intelligent, funny, and just fun to be around, like that's inspiring. And so I just know that what I'm doing is helping this larger mission and goals and what we're trying to do within the communities. I think, a lesson I've learned is to be really compassionate and empathetic towards the people you work with. In COVID, we've obviously had a glance into everyone's personal lives in a way that we've never had before. Everyone in the world, or at least in the United States, is going to reevaluate our work ethic in the sense of we need to likely be more balanced, and it's no longer okay to where working hard and working crazy hours of the day is no longer sustainable. We need to be more respectful of the personal and the individuals that come into the workforce as much as the work that's being done. People say well, human resources job is to protect the company, but what people really need to know is by protecting and taking care of our employees first, that's how we protect our company, is really prioritizing the individuals and the team that works for us. That's really what's most important in human resources. It really is the people, because without them, organizations and companies, they got nothing.
Please welcome to the stage from United Way of Salt Lake, their Vice President of Human Resources and Administration, Stacy Earle.
Wonderful to see you all here. I'm so excited to be back in large spaces and events with people. I would just like to thank my team at United Way of Salt Lake, my small HR team, as well as the people I've worked with and for. I don't think that I would be as successful or our organization wouldn't be successful without the smart, strong people I work with. So thank you very much for that and nominating me in this space. It's hard work, and I think that I appreciate this opportunity to really give HR people the time and space that they need, because it's super important in all that we do, and especially now moving forward. So thanks again, Utah Business Magazine, for my team, my family, close friends, all of you. So thanks.
I love the relationship that you build with your employees and your team, and even your management team. I love to help management understand how to interact well and really develop an employee. I like to just work with people, build team, build community, and just really succeed together. Working for a city as compared to working for private sector, there's different rules. Obviously, you have some different rules that fall into play, but the biggest difference is the balance. So, we definitely are there as HR to support our employees, but we have to support our organization, which is our community and their goals. And so we're working with elected staff, we're working with citizens, and we're working with our employees to make sure that we're achieving the goals of our city. So there's a full balance. You have to make sure you're keeping all of that in mind as you're working in a public agency. Advice that I would have for young women that are entering the workforce would be believe in yourself. I had a lot of opportunities come my way, and part of me was afraid to jump into them, but I had a great support system. If you believe in yourself and you're positive and you work hard, you can be successful.
Give a warm welcome to Shanna Johnson, HR and Finance Director and City Recorder for Perry City.
Wow, I am glad the lights are bright. I never imagined that I would be honored in this way, and it has been such a fun experience. I want to make sure that I thank my family first and foremost for letting me be a working mom and mother, but also want to thank the person and the group that nominated me, Chief Hansey, and our employees at Perry City. And then also the organizations who have gotten me here and given me the opportunities that I've had. I was a young mom and wife, and so I didn't imagine a career like I have or this kind of opportunity. So it really is a story of two cities, Citigroup and Perry City, who have provided me with opportunities that I never thought imaginable. So just want to thank all my managers, mentors, elected officials, coworkers, citizens, volunteers, anybody who's ever lifted me up. I hope I lift you up too, and thank you, Utah Business Magazine. This is fun. Thank you.
If you asked me when I was a young boy, I think my goals were to be a bodybuilder and an artist. None of that comes into HR. So I think just my desire to help people and solve problems. I like to set up systems that run smoothly. And so if you go into an organization that's not running smoothly, there's a job there for HR to do, and that's either hiring good people, or that's either creating a better culture, or just bringing some fun into an organization. Those things matter. You get to do lots of things. As an HR person, you get to solve problems. You get to, create policies. So in a way, I'm a policeman enforcing policies. I'm a lawmaker creating policies and laws. I'm a psychiatrist sitting down and counseling an employee, helping people through a difficult time. I just really enjoy it because I get to solve problems and help people, just be happy.
Welcome to the stage Vice President of Human Resources and People Solutions with Industrial Supply Company, Chad Littlefield.
Well, thank you. First thing I want to say is I kind of look fat in that video. I gotta fix that. First things first. I do want to first of all thank people. I guess I really appreciate those who put my name forward for recognition. I don't really like the spotlight, but I like HR work to be recognized, so I appreciate that. And I appreciate the company I work for, Industrial Supply. They've made a culture and allowed me to maintain a culture where HR initiatives and change are welcomed and accepted there. So last thing I'd want to maybe say is just to leave you with a challenge that you look in the circles that you associate in, and family, friends, and associates at work. Consider those who aren't recognized, those unsung heroes, those who are contributing and never get any kind of recognition, and find one of those people and give that recognition, because they're there and those things mean a lot. It lifts you, it lifts that person, and it lifts our communities. And so I appreciate this. Thank you.
My plan for my career was to be on the LPGA. I've been in the golf industry my whole life. I started when I was 8. And so that was my plan. That was my goal, is to be the best player in the world. It just changed when I had kids, and then they got into a sport that I didn't really know much about, but they got into motocross and started developing a passion for racing. And that's where it led me to Utah Motorsports Campus, where then the opportunity to really help others develop and help the company grow became an opportunity for me, and where I really saw my passion in HR. Companies of the future taking care of their employees is going to be based on the support of diversity, the support of inclusion, helping those to really advance themselves. A lot of employees nowadays are looking for opportunities to really know what their career advancements are and the succession planning. So for a lot of employees and a lot of companies to actually cohesively work together, if there's going to have to be a support unit.
Give a warm welcome to Joni Neiman, Vice President of People and Culture with Utah Motorsports Campus.
Oh wow, I think this is a little bit more nerve-wracking than being on the first tee of a LPGA event. I want to say thank you to Utah Business. Really appreciate this opportunity. And as well to my team at Utah Motorsports Campus for giving me that opportunity and taking a plunge into bringing somebody to their campus that was not knowledgeable in the motorsport industry, so thank you very much. And then foremost to my two boys, I love you.
My path into people operations is atypical. My background is actually in startups, and within that, I typically played in the product management space. When the opportunity to come look at how to influence an organization or to create change within an organization using product management practices and disciplines presented itself, I thought it was a really interesting challenge for me. And the experiment of bringing that discipline into a people operations organization has been just a really fun and interesting experience, and we've been able to accomplish a lot. Something that I've learned about people is that we are just weird, squishy creatures. And what we owe people is the opportunity for them to be human and to have those human moments, especially in the field of HR and people operations, that you are impacting the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of different people with your actions and your decisions and what you do. And that with every single one of those decisions, that it's gonna create a human reaction, and so for us, we feel like it's our responsibility to let people be that human in those moments they need to be human, and to have that empathy and compassion for them in those moments.
Please welcome to the stage from Jane.com, their Vice President of People Operations, Scott Rafferty.
All right, towards the end of his career, the late great coach, Jerry Sloan, had this really particular difficult loss, and he was asked by the reporters, what happened out there, and he taught a lesson in leadership that has stuck with me for over a decade, and he said, teams own the wins and coaches own the losses. And so for this, I wanted to acknowledge my team and tell them that and honor them for who they are, for how they bring themselves to their work. They bring themselves with honesty, with courage, with grind, with relationship, and with commitment to context. So for them, I want to, recognize them for the great work we've been able to accomplish at Jane, and for everything that they are. So thank you.
I didn't always see myself specifically in human resources, but I did want to do something that made a difference for people. I did actually want to do something with working in a U.S. embassy across seas. Then I actually met my husband, and so that kind of made some changes into where I wanted to see myself in my career. and I decided to stay, and I got a role in training and HR assistant. And that's when I just really learned to love human resources. I work at Squire & Company, and we have 150 employees. When I first started, we had closer to like 85, maybe 90. That was 4 years ago. And so we've really grown within Squire. And so what I'm excited about is just growing the human resources department as well. We've already brought in an HR specialist, and I'm going to have an HR administrative assistant soon. And so just being able to mentor them and see their excitement as well, because I know, not too long ago I was there myself. And so helping, coaching, mentoring them, getting them to where they want to be in their career is going to be something fun and exciting for me.
Give a warm welcome to Tawny Lott Rodriguez, Human Resources Director with Squire & Company.
Awesome. I'm honored to be here today and grateful to be the recipient of this incredible award. It's such an honor to be named alongside all these great HR leaders. The year 2020 for me started out amazing with the birth of my second baby girl. And I enjoyed my maternity leave with our new baby, and I was just about ready to get started to ease back into work the beginning of March, when everything changed. When HR teams were needed and relied on more than ever, the goals and vision that I had set for the year were drastically changed, and I had, for the whole year, and I had to adapt. So it was definitely interesting how the year was, and I'm very grateful that I was able to learn and grow. I just want to thank the people who support me in my career, my personal life. I want to thank my husband, Maury, and I also want to thank my family and those who cheer me on as I have progressed throughout my HR career. I'm grateful for the CEO of Squire, Janice Bullock, and many of the partners and employees who have supported me and mentored me along the way. I'd like to thank also Utah Business Magazine for having the great award opportunity to recognize those who are in HR that have done an amazing job. And I feel so honored to be selected here with those. And I'd also like to congratulate those receiving this award today. Our work is far from over, but we've accomplished a lot together, and we've made a big difference in people's lives. So let's continue to make a difference. Thanks.
Human resources has not always been my career dream, and I always tell people no one really dreams about going into HR as a child. But I got an internship with the government when I was 16 in their human resources department, and I fell into it, I fell in love with it, and that's where I remained for the rest of my career. So this ages me a little bit, but I've been doing it for about 19 years now, and it's just my passion. I was lucky to find what I love. The company of the future takes care of their employees by knowing them individually. Some employees need flexibility, some employees need regular recognition and growth. No two people are going to be the same in what they need. So I would say enable and empower your leaders to have those conversations and the tools to give the employees what they need. The most rewarding part about human resources is being able to help individuals find success. I believe deep down that every individual has the ability to be successful. Maybe it's not in their current role, maybe it's in something else, but helping them find what it is that they have a passion for, similar to I found what I have a passion for. So helping them find what they have a passion for and what they can be successful at, because I know everyone has the ability to be successful at something.
Welcome to the stage, Sheena Blavelt, Director of Human Resources for USANA Health Sciences.
Okay, so first of all, I think it's important to note that HR loves a really good joke too. Okay. So that's important. Honestly, I think my goal has been to make work a place that people enjoy going. And along the way, I won this award, so I'm incredibly grateful. I want to thank you, Sana, the many mentors I've had, several in this room along the way, and thank my husband for managing this crazy life of ours. But overall, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity for this award.
I originally went to the U thinking that I was going to go into architecture, and it was kind of boring. Drawing straight lines every day just wasn't, very exciting to me. And growing up, my mom was actually in HR. And so seeing her, my dad was a people leader, interact with people and kind of all of the neat things that they could kind of create through working with people inspired me to go into HR. I love that I get to use both sides of my brain. I think it's really fun that I get to use, the analytical side and really dive into, cool math problems. But then the other half of my day is working with people and kind of coming up with creative solutions. And I guess always problem solving. I think that a lot of times people think that getting into HR means that you're going to have really happy conversations all day long. Or some people think that it's the opposite, all we do is have, really painful, hard conversations. And no matter what the conversation or what the problem is that you're trying to work out, that there can always be a really good outcome. And, if you haven't come to a really great outcome yet, it usually means that you need to keep working.
Congratulations, Brittany Call, Senior Director of People Operations at Lucid. She, along with the Lucid team, are watching virtually today. She sent along this message for you.
Hello everyone. I'm sorry that I'm not able to be there today, but I wanted to say a quick thank you for this honor. It's such a privilege being recognized along with so many talented HR professionals. I've been very lucky to have incredible mentors and colleagues, especially here at Lucid, and I'm very excited for all of the fun that we have ahead of us. And thank you to Utah Business for putting this wonderful event together.
I was a kid that was born in New York City on welfare, a single mom that took great care of us. Being someone who didn't have anything when I was little made me work that much harder through my life. And it really makes me appreciate employees and the struggles that they have, because I feel like I've been there, I understand, and I want to try to do whatever I can to make a difference in their lives. And I have the opportunity to do that in this role. I'm really fortunate in my role because I have oversight for HR operations, philanthropy, leadership development, internal communications. I'm able to help really shape the culture of the company, and that's why caring about people matters so much to me, because whatever it is that they need, I'm always finding ways to get them what they need. For me, I'm especially lucky because charity is really important to me. Again, being a kid that was on welfare, people helped me when I was little and helped my mom out. And we as a company are really dedicated to taking care of the community. That's what I look forward to most each and every day is being able to make a difference in our communities.
Please give a very warm welcome to the Vice President of Talent, Culture, and Community with Progressive Leasing, Michelle Parker.
Hi, everybody. Wow, it is very bright up here. It feels a little awkward to win an award for doing something that you love. But I get to do that. I've been in HR for 30 years now. Progressive Leasing has afforded me the opportunity to really do a little bit of everything in HR, and I'm so grateful for the past 6 years that I've been there, the amazing team that I get to work with. I think it's really important for people to understand that HR is very difficult, it's exhausting, but as long as you have passion for what you do and you have a purpose, it's all about taking care of the people. I had a leader once, and I won't say whether it's male or female, who once said to me, maybe you can be a little bit less passionate. I've never done that. I stick with being passionate in everything that I do, and I really know that it makes a difference. So take care of each other, take care of your employees, because that's really what it's all about. Thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate it.
I always played on basketball, football, soccer, and even lacrosse teams, and it's a team effort, right? And so being a captain or leader on those teams, you kind of had to care for those people. Even the ones that were sitting on the bench, you actually cared about them and tried helping them progress and change. And I think those kind of experiences is what led me to really believe that I can make a difference for someone, and I could really help them grow from fresh out of college to a superstar in a company and really outperform what we hired them to be. For companies in the future to take care of their employees, I think number one, they need to truly view them as people. Not so much as employees and not so much as assets anymore, but really view them as people. And when they start recognizing people as people, they actually support them and give them what they need to be successful, right? Instead of dictating what they need to do, where they work, how they work, truly trusting them as people to perform the capabilities and the job responsibilities you hire them for. I really love the aspect of HR business partners, where we partner with not only the business leaders, but with the employees. And so it's more of a partner relationship versus just a speed bump or a roadblock and getting things processed in the policies. Is we really partner and come up with strategies with the leaders and also with the employees to perform better.
Congratulations and welcome to the stage, Mark Scow, Director of Human Resources with Purple.
I want to first of all say thank you to everyone here and the HR industry as a whole. We live in unique times, and we need to make sure that our employees are heard and taken care of, and we view them as people. This is an individual award, but I am grateful for the team that I have. I don't think I'd be recognized at this point if it wasn't for my team here at Purple. I also want to thank my wife, because in HR, there's long days, there's calls in the middle of the night, and even during dinner. And for her willing to let me take those phone calls and deal with the employee issues is great. So I want to say thank you for everyone that's been here, and thank you for nominating me for this award.
My career path is actually pretty interesting. It wasn't straight and narrow. So I graduated with my undergrad in journalism, and then I did a short internship at a news station, and I actually didn't like it. So I thought maybe I'll be a pilot, and I looked into taking lessons. That didn't last very long, and then I thought maybe I'll be a dentist. And probably about halfway through my first biology class, I was like, this isn't for me either. And then I had a family friend who introduced me to an HR internship, and I actually fell in love with it. I liked the people, I liked the challenge, I liked the diversity of HR, and so that's kind of how I started into it. The thing I liked about HR really was just that you got all different sides of it. You got the people part of it, you got the creativity part of it, you got the business side of it. So you get to do a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different parts in HR too. So that's what I found really interesting, was that there's so many pieces of it. And so it's just different every single day, and that's what I really liked. I like to work hard so that I can play hard. I like to be a really good employee so that I can be a really good mother and a really good wife. I want to make sure that I work really hard on the treadmill at the gym so I can eat all my cupcakes and cookies on the weekend. So success to me is really just balancing all of those different kinds of challenges and just living your life.
Welcome to the stage the Director of Talent Acquisition with CRH America's Materials West Division, Tina Olson.
Thank you so much. I think it's interesting because my husband actually teaches school, and so he tells me that all the time that a lot of his students want to grow up and they want to be YouTubers and rappers and doctors and things like that. And like Sheena said in her video, nobody really grows up wanting to be in HR. So I think it's like the best kept secret, because honestly, I think HR people are incredibly smart. They're fun, and you know, they despite what people think, we actually like, you know, the dirty jokes secretly just as much as everybody else does. So it's the best kept secret, and I think really that's the key to success is surrounding yourself with people that you aspire to be like. So everyone at my table and everyone that I work with at CRH, some people even I've never even met in person who have become my friends. The way that you've challenged me and pushed me, loved me, supported me, you know, I want to show up every day and I want to succeed because of you. So you've had a really big impact on me, more than you guys all probably know. So thank you very much to all of you. And then my husband, the really good looking one on table 11, Andrew, thank you so much. I love you.
My career path was a little unique. I graduated into a recession where a lot of jobs were not available and you basically took what you could get. So I started off in accounting and learned that that was not a good fit for me. Moved towards office management to try, and I worked for a startup and I had a lot of different hats that I wore, and I seemed to just always gravitate towards the people portion of those things. I saw a terrible HR experience of one of my coworkers, and I thought I could do that and I could do a good job at that. I really think it was almost a calling for me to go and fulfill, and I've really just enjoyed the progression and learning about this really awesome community that HR has and how it's grown within business and how we're now being valued in the strategic works of the business now, and just seeing the connection between happy employees and engaged employees really impact a business and how successful a business can be. So that's been very rewarding.
Give another warm welcome to Tina Roper, Senior HR Specialist with Cvent Inc.
Well, hooray, go Tinas, love it. I guess we all didn't wear HR Halloween costumes when we were little, and have kind of all fallen into this amazing career path. I actually wanted to be a teacher when I was younger. My mom's a teacher, and I often joke with her that we have the same job. She teaches second grade. So, later on when I was in high school, for whatever reason, I wanted to be a secret agent. And I quickly found out that I am not good at being subtle or sneaky, and that would probably mean that I would always be the bait. And I thought, let's not do that. So I am so grateful that I found HR. I truly believe it's a noble calling. It's difficult, it's hard, it stretches us. Not everyone can do this job, and it's needed in every company for it to be successful. And I am just so grateful for this amazing HR community in Utah. We truly have one that's great. And I like to think that we're less like Toby and more like Leslie Knope in our passion. And She says that the best prize that life can give us is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. And I think that's what we do. Thank you.
So my career path is actually very different than when I was a child. I totally thought I would be a food critic or a chef and maybe even a lawyer. And at one point I actually thought I'd be a nurse, but I really found that I loved people and I loved healthcare. And so kind of both worlds met up together and I kind of fell into human resources and it's been great. You know, something that inspires me is actually just working with others. I love to kind of glean and learn from them. And so in seeing how I can apply that in my own life, but a lot of it is my own HR team. Like everything that they do and how they love other people, it's just something that kind of keeps me going every day. My life motto is mistakes are gonna happen. It's just really how we deal with our mistakes. My daughter actually today before I left said, "Hey mom, did you know that all failures end in success?" And I just think that's so great because if we try and we fail or succeed, the thing is it's just how we deal with it and it makes us a stronger person. It makes our team stronger. There are gonna be really hard days and there's gonna be really great days. And you're not always gonna make everybody happy. But the most important thing is really coming to the heart and really listening to people and figuring out what their needs are and how I can support them. And not taking life too seriously because you just never know what's gonna happen.
Please welcome to the stage from University of Utah Health, their Chief Human Resource Officer, Sarah Shear.
Well, it is incredible to be with you guys, to share a collective passion of professionals that just care about people. And I have to be very honest, right? So from the healthcare side, this day of us being together without masks was what was driving my HR team to support and to have this outcome. And I am so excited that we're here. I mean, we should all clap, right? We did it. We made it through a pandemic. But more so, I really think this, right? This isn't an individual achievement. I mean, it's a team accomplishment. And we have such an opportunity in our own teams and our industries. And if anything through this pandemic that I'm excited for is the fact that people first has been catapulted to the front, right? We are back to the heart of what HR is about. And we get to have a seat at the table and we get to take care of our workforce and they get to take care of whatever industry or people and community. And I just think that is incredible. And my daughter is here today as well. And so what I didn't do in the video is I didn't say, I might be having a lot of success then today, right? So if a failure is the end of success. And Chad, wherever you are, do not worry, because I noticed that all of dress clothes are coming in small, medium, large with elastic bands. So we're all in it together, and we're gonna get through these COVID pounds. But you know, keep going. Thank you for everyone for all leading your teams. You are all amazing, and I'm so grateful to work in a community alongside of the expertise in this room. Thank you.
One of the things that I've learned about people that's really helped me in HR is that we just need to realize that everyone is a person just like we're a person. I know that sounds super simple, but just being cognizant of that simple fact that this other individual that you're working with is not a roadblock, they're not an obstacle, they're not a tool. It's another human being that has hopes, dreams, fears, ambitions, family, stress, a commute. They have needs that they're trying to meet. And when you can start to see that person and treat them like a person, you're going to have a lot better chance of building relationships and earning respect that really pave the road and facilitate a collaborative work environment. For me, I haven't necessarily had just one role model. It's been more of a pattern of behavior that I've noticed in a lot of different people that I admire, like my parents. my brothers and sisters, my wife, and it's that they have a tenacity and a drive to overcome obstacles and to help other people, even if it's inconvenient.
Welcome from doTERRA, their HR business partner, Spencer Vance.
Hello everyone. I'd just like to say thank you to all of you. The fact that you're here and we're all here means we must be doing something right. And I appreciate the impact that you're all having in improving your organizations and our community. And I look forward to learning more from all of you as I get to know each of you better. And I really appreciate you all waking up each morning, looking yourselves in the mirror and saying, you know what, I'm gonna give it my best today. And I appreciate all the other people that have taught me to do the same, like my parents, and like the video said, my brothers and sisters. And I'd also like to thank all the good people at doTERRA that have been so willing to support change and improvement and willing to help and work for each other. Thank you.
Some of the things that were difficult in my journey to get where I am is I have a very non-traditional background. I went to school for so many years that I should have 6 degrees, but I couldn't make any decision on any of them. And I just kind of got burnt out on the process and finally started working in areas that I was passionate about and got my training that way. And sometimes it's a little bit harder to get into a role because of that non-traditional background. I've always prided myself on being humble enough to take a step down. If there's somewhere that I want to be, I'll take the role below it and go in and work as hard as I can and just show my value to get into where I need to be. I always say, like, whatever your ecclesiastical belief might be, if you believe in a life after this, for me, hell would be filling out job applications over and over and being rejected. Absolutely hate that. And so being in a place where I can have some real empathy for people and helping them on their journey is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. So I love that, being that voice of there's hope to people. Even if they're not getting the job, giving them some sense that, hey, I know this is a terrible process, but every person needs to understand that there's so much more than a resume. No one can be summed up on one piece of paper. So just being able to give people that hope, like, you're more important than this job. And even if it's not the right fit, there's other stuff out there.
Congratulations to our up-and-coming HR professional honoree, Blake Wilson, recruiter with Recrusion.
Well, I have to say that I am absolutely honored to be with such a pantheon of powerful HR players. I am a recruiter. If anyone wants to know how good I am at recruiting, just look at my beautiful wife in the back. That's how good I am. I think the theme has been very clear that not a lot of people jumped into HR naturally. If 5-year-old me could see me now, he'd be a little disappointed this wasn't a paleontology convention. But I am so glad that I'm not sweating my large keister off in some badlands with a toothbrush on dinosaur bones right now. This means so much to me. 10 years ago, I was in jobs that I hated, doing work that I was miserable at, and I completely changed my personality to fit a type A leadership role. And today, I've changed my ways. I get to do what I love every single day, and that's people. I mean, a lot of years ago, another bearded guy stood on the hill behind us and said, "This is the place." And it is. We're in the best profession, in the best place, with the best people. And as we continue to put those people first, we will have success. And as we all follow our passions and we remember those people, we're going to build incredible things. And this is the most wonderful career to be in. Thank you so much for the award, all that have put on this together, the beautiful food and the staff that have served us. It's been an incredible afternoon. Thank you so much to everyone.
I used to work in sales, was one of my very first jobs out of college. And I enjoyed sales, but it wasn't for me. And I had a friend who said, hey, you'd be really good at recruitment. Why don't you come over here and apply for some jobs that we have as a recruiter? And that's where I got my first taste into working into HR, was recruiting emergency medicine physicians for short-term work. I left my job as a recruiter to become a Peace Corps volunteer to do nonprofit business development over in the country of Georgia. And I left for 2 years, and it really taught me that how to develop staff and how to develop an organization so that they could thrive. And when I came back from the Peace Corps, I got into technical recruitment and talent acquisition, and slowly merged my way into operations and working in HR. I've been able to connect with amazing people over the course of my career, people in tech, people in healthcare, people in science, manufacturing, all sorts of different industries. And the welcomeness that everybody I've met has been amazing. I think that's one of the things that makes Utah a really great place to work, is the sense of community, and that community spills in within human resources and other professionals.
We would like to welcome to the stage David Alsop, co-founder and executive director, Disrupt Salt Lake City, to present the HR Disruptor of the Year Award.
Hi, everybody. Disrupt HR Salt Lake City presents the Disruptor of the Year Award to recognize someone that has transformed the people experience in their company and transformed business results. And when we think about HR in that fashion, we are here to change the future of companies. I don't think we always recognize the possibility that our CEO can tell the company that HR had the most significant influence in the company that year. This is one year where we all should have made that effort to be that function, that purpose. And this award recognizes that for someone who came into an organization, saw the opportunity to change the people experience that translates into business results that that company's never seen before. HR is a purpose, it's a function. And disruption sometimes gets recognized as something that's momentary, that comes in, yells a little, does a post on social media, does something that's temporary, and then leaves. But true disruption in what we do changes the experience for diversity, changes the experience for mothers, changes the experience for all people in the business to deliver results. And the person that won this year, Mark Scher, embodies this experience of leading HR strategy, leading the ability to influence and be the architect of success in leaders, in people, in business results. It's a quiet role sometimes we play, but when we play it well, our company transforms and people don't realize it. I'd like to recognize someone who is being recognized by their leaders for transforming the people experience in the company that he works for and bringing business results that weren't seen before. So I'd like to recognize and welcome Mark Scher to the stage as our HR Disruptor of the Year.
Ooh, it is bright up here. I'm really shocked to get this. As I watch all these videos up here, I think every single person who's won an award tonight is a disruptor. And I say this because you're caring about people. There's nothing fancy that I did when I came into Verisys other than I got to know everybody's name. I got to know what they did and what they liked. I get frontline people who text me at 10 o'clock at night going, check out this jellyfish that I made glow while they're at school. I get people who will text me on my day off and just say, I hope you're having a great day off. I gave out my cell phone number to every single person in the company, and I said, if you're struggling, call me. We prevented suicides in our company. We prevented people getting losing houses. We cared emotionally about people, and I think that's the foundation of what makes disruption in HR where it's going. And I want to say thanks to my wife up here. She's listened to me for 13 years, come home and talk about HR. I think she hears about 50% of it. That's what she tells me. There's my leadership team that just allowed me to grow out and be authentic to people. And I encourage with the pandemic, as we get to a point where there's no mask and return to office, don't forget about the flexibility that you've given your people. It's mattered to them, and I'm really humbled to receive this. I'm still shocked about it. I'm not doing anything special other than caring about people, and I would just encourage everybody to do that. Thank you.
What's special about our team is that we are a team of extraordinary people who happen to be outstanding HR professionals. At the core of it, they're just good people who work very hard, who care, who look out for each other, and look out for the people of the organization. It's an incredible privilege to be part of a team that is genuinely good in their heart. Success, to me, stems from growth. Growth for our business, growth for our customers, but also growth for our people. It's incredibly inspiring to see somebody come into our organization, to see their potential, and to see them grow to the type of potential that they never thought was even possible. And in turn, that helps our customers grow. And when I think about the compliments that our team gets at Zions Bank Corporation as a whole, that they look at us as business leaders whose specialization is in human resources, I think that reflects a lot of what has changed in human resources and how internal business partners look at us. We've also become more data savvy, we've become more technology oriented, but at the end of the day, really being a strategic partner for taking us into the future is what has changed most in human resources.
Congratulations to the HR Team of the Year at Zions Bank. Please give a warm welcome to the Executive Vice President, Regional HR Director for Zions Bank Corporation, Robert Norcross.
Thank you so much. Just to hear that title, by the way, when you read it, it's so long. I mean, the people at Purple get to be called Purple People Leaders. I mean, let that sink in how awesome that is. It's funny, during that photo shoot, they also said, you know, you've got a very Masterpiece Theater vibe. I still don't know how to take that, but I'm definitely after that chair when you're done with it. So I think he's got that. This is amazing. Before I just share a couple of remarks, I really want to direct that applause to the deserved recipients, and that's these teams to my right. They are the most amazing team. This recognition is for you, and the rest of the team who couldn't join us, because you're the most incredible team I could ever dream of being part of. Being recognized Team of the Year is an incredible honor, and what a year. I don't know. It's hard to see all the heads that are about to nod, but has anybody in the room felt like you've been operating as a medical professional for the last year? Anybody as technology or facilities expert, a political referee? Who would have ever thought that we'd know more about virus behaviors, masks, how to almost overnight mobilize thousands of people to ensure they're working in a safe, healthy, and yet still productive environment? That's what everybody in this room has done, and that's why this recognition is so important. And by the way, we also got all of our day-to-day responsibilities done at the same time and never missed a beat. It's the reason I'm so proud of this award for our team. We have the privilege of working with the most incredible companies in the country. We love working at Zions. We have the incredible privilege of working together with what I refer to on the screen as the most amazing people who happen to be extraordinary HR professionals. But first, they're good, honest, smart, supportive, hardworking, dedicated, and innovative, caring people. Like some of you, along the way, we've lost some of our team members, have had team members facing real challenges, and we know they're with us here today and every day. And it's years like this that you really, really deeply reflect on how much you love working with such incredible people. On behalf of the team, thank you for this award. Thank you for the company's leadership who don't look at us as HR partners, but rather those business leaders whose specialization is HR. Our leader, HR leader, Scott Law. It's an amazing team you put together and gotten us through this year. Our bank CEO, Scott Anderson. Thank you. And thank you everybody in this room for being amazing colleagues in this amazing profession. And especially thank you to the dream team that I'm so proud, my voice cracks and I get a lump in my throat when I talk about the team. I'm so privileged to be part of every day. This recognition is for you. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I've learned that you guys actually really do like dirty jokes. So that's good to know. So I have a really good one, all right? So a Catholic, a Mormon, a Baptist walk into a bathroom. Just kidding. I'm not going to go any further. Thank you, Utah Business, for having me. I really do appreciate it. Jody Neiman, thank you. I haven't hugged a stranger in 16 months, so it feels really, really, really good. Let's give all our honorees one more round of applause. Before we leave, we do have some housekeeping items. Please note that parking is paid for. If you did not get a voucher when you received your name badge, please make sure to go to the registration table to get one before you leave. We like to do our part in recycling, so if you could please leave your name badge on your table, we will be collecting them. The entire awards luncheon and individual videos will be posted on our website shortly for you to share with your family, friends, and coworkers that were unable to attend. That concludes our event for the day. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations once again to the 2021 HR Achievement honorees.